Hey everyone, and welcome to the Thirsty Mage Pub, where today we're going to take a look at Underhero, a really cool indie platformer with an RPG battle system that's somewhat similar to that of the Paper Mario series, but with its own personal twist. So, let's take a look. Underhero starts off at the end of what the hero's mainline quest will be. However, you're not actually playing as the hero, you're playing as an underling on the path to the final boss, and you actually find yourself killing the hero and assuming the role now as the hero in this new epic quest. So it's actually a pretty interesting story, and it's got a lot of comedic value. The writing is really funny, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's pretty self-aware of tropes that usually happen within the RPG world, so they really do a great job of playing around with that. Another main aspect you're going to see of the game is the platforming. This is a 2D side-scroller, so it's got a lot of different platforming abilities, and as you continue throughout the adventure, you gain some new abilities such as the gliding of the parachute to get from different areas. So it's got a lot of really fun platforming obstacles to partake in, aside from just the combat, which, of course, is the meat and potatoes of any RPG. So, what is the battle system? Well, you're going to engage in enemies, and within there, it does play out sort of similar to a Paper Mario game. You're going to have action commands where you can use it to block enemies' attacks or parry, which is really good because you'll not only gain stamina, which we'll get into in a second, you'll knock the enemy on a stun, leaving them open to take more hits and not attack, most importantly. Now, stamina is a big element of the RPG combat. In Paper Mario, it's turn-based, where here it is actually not. You can attack freely, however, if you drain your stamina, you're going to find yourself weak and unable to do anything. So that means not able to block, not able to dodge. You're going to take hits, in addition to not being able to dish out any damage. So it is a fine line of playing between reserving your stamina and being offensive as well as defensive to gain stamina back. So you can dodge enemies' attacks, you can parry them, but you can attack with a number of different abilities. So you're going to have a sword slash, you're going to gain a hammer ability, you're going to have a slingshot for those darn flying enemies that are just out of your reach. So it really works out very nicely to give a good variety between different attacks, and these different attacks come in handy because enemies have different attack patterns, and finding out the little puzzle within each enemy is a lot of the battle system. And what's cool is you will see similar enemies with a different color palette, and this sort of messes with the timing of the attack. So you might think you know the enemy's attack pattern, but actually they sort of change it up, so it keeps the battle fresh no matter how many times you encounter a similar enemy. And what's really cool is when you level up, it's again similar to the Paper Mario series, where you're going to have an option to increase your power, your HP, or your stamina. And to me, the simplicity is really wonderful because I feel like you actually really get a tangible feel of that upgrade, where in some games you just see some numbers increase and you might not feel it quite as well. So I really love the upgrade system within here and the engaging battles. It really feels great, and definitely a very fun system within a nice mixture of different platforming. So it has a lot of platforming, a lot of RPG elements sort of mixed into one with really funny writing. Definitely a great game to check out. I think you guys are going to like it. Alrighty, well, you can find Underhero on just about every platform out there. I've been playing it on the Switch and been having a blast, so I think you guys should definitely give it a look. I recently had an opportunity to talk to the devs, and they said the game's about 12 to 14 hours long, so there's plenty to sink your teeth into, and at the same time, not something you have to invest hundreds of hours to see the end in. As any RPG fan knows, it's refreshing to get those somewhat bite-sized RPGs thrown into the mix. It is definitely a super fun one. You can check out the full interview over on the latest Talk Nintendo podcast, episode 181. You can get it on any and all podcast services. And I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by and having a pint with me here today at the Thirsty Mage. If you liked the video, give it a sub, give it a like. You guys know the deal. We'll be covering all things RPGs, indie, and otherwise here in the future. And until next time, we'll see ya.